They hit the biggest American base in the world, then a CIA station, and then a consulate. Iran is not retreating. Iran is advancing, strike by strike, country by country, across the entire Gulf. And now the Strait of Hormuz is closed, 50 tankers a day, down to 3. The world just lost its oil pipeline, and Iran holds the tap. A ballistic missile fired from Iran struck Al-Udeid Air Base in Qatar on March 3rd, hitting the largest American military installation in the Middle East. Qatar's defense ministry confirmed one missile was intercepted, while a second got through. No casualties were reported. In a statement, Doha said its armed forces were ready to firmly confront any threat, a pointed message as Iranian strikes spread across the Gulf.
The state of Qatar was targeted by 2 ballistic missiles launched from the Islamic Republic of Iran. Air defense systems successfully intercepted one of the missiles, while the second missile struck Al-Udeid Qatari base without causing any casualties.
Hours later, Qatari security agencies announced the arrest of 2 cells linked to Iran's Revolutionary Guard, the first such arrests since the US and Israel launched their bombing campaign against Iran on February 28th. The arrests suggest Iran had operatives in place well before the conflict escalated, raising questions about how far Tehran's network extends across the Gulf states it is now openly striking. The strikes did not stop at Qatar. A suspected Iranian drone hit the CIA station at the US Embassy in Riyadh on the same day. Saudi Arabia's defense ministry confirmed the embassy was struck by 2 drones, causing a limited fire and some material damage. Washington subsequently warned Americans to avoid the facility until further notice and cancelled all routine and emergency citizen services. A separate security alert warned of imminent missile and drone threats over Dhahran. Iran's reach extended further still. A drone struck near the US consulate in Dubai, where authorities confirmed a fire had been contained with no injuries reported. Videos on social media showed smoke rising from the vicinity of the consulate. Shipping in the region is also under severe pressure. The UK Maritime Trade Operations reported 2 separate vessel attacks, one 137 miles east of Muscat, in Oman, where an explosion was reported in close proximity to a ship, and another 7 miles east of Fujairah in the UAE, where an unknown projectile struck a vessel's steel plating. Both crews were reported safe. Traffic through the Strait of Hormuz has nearly stopped entirely. Only 3 tankers passed through on March 1st, down from 50 the day before, a 94% drop. Iran had already declared the strait closed on March 2nd and threatened to strike any vessel attempting to pass through, a move that sent oil prices sharply higher.
Iran has escalated tensions in the Gulf, declaring the Strait of Hormuz closed and threatening direct attacks on any vessel attempting to pass through. According to Iranian state media on March 2nd, Ibrahim Jabari, a senior advisor to the Commander-in-Chief of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, issued a stark warning via the IRGC's Telegram channel.
The strait is closed. If anyone tries to pass, the heroes of the Revolutionary Guard and the regular Navy will set those ships ablaze. We will also attack oil pipelines and will not allow a single drop of oil to leave the region. Oil price will reach $200 in the coming days.
Jabari also framed the move as economic retaliation against Washington, as reported March 2nd by the semi-official Tasnim news agency.
The Americans, with debts of thousands of billions of dollars, are dependent on the region's oil, but they should know that not even a drop of oil will reach them.
The Strait of Hormuz, located between Iran and Oman, handles roughly 20% of global oil supply. Any disruption risks immediate price spikes and broader regional escalation. The threat follows joint US-Israeli strikes that began February 28th and killed Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei and other senior officials. In a sign of concern over the potential for spiraling violence, the State Department also urged US citizens to leave more than a dozen Middle Eastern countries due to safety risks.
They're suffering a tremendous amount of damage. Honestly, again, I'm not going to give away the details of our tactical efforts, but the hardest hits are yet to come from the US military. The next phase will be even more punishing on Iran than it is right now. Someone was screaming, how long will it take? I don't know how long it'll take. We have objectives. We will do this as long as it takes to achieve those objectives, and we will achieve those objectives. The world will be a safer place when we're done with this operation.
Meanwhile, a US intelligence assessment reviewed by Reuters warns of potential Iranian retaliation on American soil. The document, prepared by the US Department of Homeland Security's Office of Intelligence and Analysis on March 2nd, the day the strikes began, assesses that Tehran and its proxies are likely to pursue targeted operations.
While a large-scale physical attack is unlikely, the Islamic Republic and its proxies likely remain a continuing threat to carry out targeted attacks inside the United States, and will almost certainly escalate retaliatory measures.
The report indicates that large-scale physical attacks are considered unlikely in the near term. However, it identifies hacktivists aligned with Tehran as a primary short-term concern, potentially conducting low-level cyber attacks against US networks. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem confirmed heightened vigilance in a statement to Reuters on March 2nd.
I am in direct coordination with our federal intelligence and law enforcement partners, and we continue to closely monitor and neutralize any potential threats to the homeland.
Separately, authorities in Austin, Texas, are investigating whether a fatal shooting at a bar on March 2nd has any link to the Iran conflict. Reuters reported that the suspected gunman, killed by police, was photographed wearing apparel displaying the Iranian flag and religious slogans. Officials cautioned it was too early to determine motive. As tensions widen from the Gulf to the US homeland, both energy markets and security agencies remain on alert.